And a happy Seniors Day to all the players for both Mill River, who you're looking at in the white, and Springfield in the green, as it's the final home game of the regular season for Mill River. And I didn't get here in enough time to set up and be ready for the introduction of the seniors and their parents, but you see the balloons in the foreground. It's a festive atmosphere for the regular season MVL champions, as they have many seniors on this roster, and right now they don't have a ball boy, and the ball rolled out underneath the bleachers, and Leah Rogstad, one of those seniors, and the captain retrieves it. These two teams met earlier down at Springfield. At that time, I believe between the two of them only had the one loss, and this should be a good game today. Mill River winning down in Springfield, and again, they're the regular season NBL champions. They're going to be highly seeded again this year. And this is Diano coming in, shot saved by Worth, and the ball belongs free, comes right out to Diano, and on the outside of the net, a great chance in the opening minute of play for Mill River. 56 seconds into the contest, and Orth came up with the save, left the rebound, but Diano, who has just been sparkling this year, and what I think it's her first year of varsity soccer. I don't remember her last year being on the varsity team, but she's been dynamite. They get Mill River coming in with a lot of experience from players who went to that championship game last year, back this year, obviously, because they're seniors this year. But I like their chances. Again, you gotta be healthy, you gotta be a little bit lucky, and you gotta be good to make it through the playoffs. That'll be coming up next week. I expect Mill River, of course, to have some home games on their playoff run, and I'll be here for that. And that ball will be nudged forward. That's being sent in, and it didn't get to Osborne. Believe me, they'll know where Osborne or Springfield is. They'll mark her and probably shadow her. And there's many outstanding players on this Mill River squad, but Osmer's the one that draws all the attention from the opposing teams as far as shadowing her and marking her, or wanting to know where that number 7 is. And this will also be Coach David Carr's closing in on his end of his first regular season as head coach at Mill River. He's done an outstanding job. He's been extremely helpful to me, and I appreciate that. And that'll be bodied down. I believe that's Carrera. It was. And it's a perfect day for soccer right now. The temperature's in the 50s. The sun is out, but it's muted. There is a slight breeze blowing. The problem will be that it rained all night until lunch also today, so it's got some slick spots out there in the field, especially in the goalies area. They've got that speedy, dry, kitty litter type of stuff down in the end. Let's see, what would that be? That'd be the south end of the fields where Orth for Springfield's in net, Elena Orth. And yes, everybody's got to play in the same conditions, but what it is, it's a matter of a position might be affected more by the weather than a certain position. And it'll be goalies to me, because they've got to be able to navigate through that mud and be able to move left to right. Del Newer will not have to face the shot, as it'll go high and wide and over the crossbar. And I'm just waiting for the young girl. Yeah, she got young lady to turn around, and it was number 2, Jenna Paul, who took the shot. We'll have the ball marked, and that's going to be Amber Hannon. Now, Hannon's been battling a leg injury of some sort. Remember last time I was here, the report was she tightened up in her quad area, but the other reports I got later on were that she's been having a problem with her leg for a couple games or practices, as Rogstad can't save it. That ball will be out, and you know what? There are no ball boys here, and that's very unusual for Mill River. They usually have outstanding. You see the players having to chase down these balls. That will really eat up some valuable time. It's this Farnsworth, number 3, with it. And they always seem to have ball boys and ball girls here, but right now I can't find any. Oh, there he is. There's a guy, that young man down there. I honestly didn't see him before. And that's going to be Chelsea Bagley, one of those mini seniors that was honored here prior to the start of the game. And again, not only at the Mill River, but the Springfield, as Lee comes through, it's Seniors Day, and again, it's a big deal, believe me. More to the parents, I think, right now, unless they've been through this before. But for some of the parents, it's their oldest child going through Seniors Day. It can be a reflective moment for you. It's not a bad thing. But here comes the goal kick. Is that I'm not asking out loud, actually. I just couldn't see the number on the jersey. My viewfinder is giving me all kinds of problem lately. It keeps blacking out for sporadic seconds at a time comes on. It makes it hard to tell you what I'm videotaping if I can't see it. But it was number 3 Farnsworth that took the goal kick, and it'll be Springfield's throw. And there were no score. Mill River had the best chance 56 seconds into the soccer game. And that's a slip by Stone. And expect to see some of that throughout the contest until, if it doesn't rain anymore, by the second half, the ground will firm up because the temperature will drop, so it'll be a little bit better. Oh, here comes Osmer, takes a bump, goes forward, and a ball just a tad bit too far in front of her. There's the follow-up by Rockstadt. She's going to bring it down inside the 18 on the beautiful pass across to Katrupi. She'll launch it, and just wide as Katrupi looking to label that on the short side. And senior Haley Katrupi took her time. What I liked about that, she's a very experienced soccer player. She just took her time, set the shot down, had a nice, base to kick from, was planted. I mean, did everything but put it in the net. 34 minutes left in the first half. Springfield in the green, in case you haven't figured that out yet. And if you haven't figured it out yet, it's Munger Vision again, bringing you more local sports than anybody has in the last 15 years. I don't care what they boast. I can pull out tape after tape after tape after tape after tape after tape. Look at this, Springfield trying to bring it across, and that's Hannon in a good defensive position. Look at that defensive posture. She's able to, the agility to cut back and go and take the angle away. Springfield wants to go backwards to go forward, and that's going to be nudged forward, and Stone waiting to make the soccer move, but bring it to the outside. Stone has been extremely impressive to me. She's was good at the beginning of the year, but she's just gotten better with each game, and I believe, I'll look at the roster, she is an underclassman. Hannon kicking at some thin air, missed it, and Bagley there, and she'll send it over the top, and they were looking for Osmer, and Osmer was well marked that time. Oh, you can see right there a little slip down by the Springfield player. That gave Mill River the defensive advantage as Bagley brought all the way around. Might have been looking for Rockstadt, and the pass was a tad bit too long of a lead. Katrupi coming all the way across will muscle her way. No, she slipped down too. She was looking to bring the ball through. That's going to come into the goalie Abdelnour, and Abdelnour will make the save. Scoop it up. She's going to have her first punt of the afternoon. And with the bounce, oh boy, Osmer, she kept running through that. She would have been off to the races as Rockstadt will lay it out in the open corner, and they'll bring Lee off the wing, and they love this play. She's going to bring it to the inside on a beautiful move, and she brings it around. Lee's going to load it up, fire, and just miss it wide. Oh, Amanda. She'd like to have that one again. She works so hard while they use that speed of hers and those long legs there. She can beat a lot of opponents. It's like having a reach in boxing. She uses those, her length of her leg as an advantage against the defender, but she brought that ball to the inside. First of all, she came down the side, the wing, with tremendous speed, had the angle on the defender, then took the trap, brought the ball back on reverse on the inside, and just missed. No excuse for it. Yeah, and you can see Springfield waiting for a ball to come down into play as this is Vredenberg. Sarah Vredenberg. This was a pretty good group of athletes from Springfield also. I mean, I've recognized many of these names from their basketball teams in the past year and from their softball team in the past year. They had a very good softball team, and they aren't going to be that bad this year in basketball. I don't think they're state championship material, but I think they're going to be much better than they were last year, and they're going to have a handball and a kick coming up, and look at the running start she got, and that's going to come in, and Abdelnour will bobble it and pick it up. That's why you never stop coming in on the goalie, and now the sun out in full force. Could be an omen of things to come. I like the cloud better. It's much better to videotape in the cloud, especially when you're looking into the sun. I will have Mill River football action for you as Woodstock, old rival Woodstock, coming to town to take on Mill River, and huge playoff implications in the game. The winner is still alive going into the last week of the race for that 4th spot in the playoffs. The loser can just about pack it up and call it a season. Then the following week, game plan is head back to Middlebury, or back to Otter Valley, to Middlebury, Otter Valley. Boy, you can see the good defense there is going to the seat of her pants, but still getting the pass in. Offsides will be the call. That was Jenna Paul, number 11, or number 2, a junior, Jenna Paul, who did an excellent job of being able to finish that serve, even though she was losing her balance. There goes the clouds and the sun going in. As Bagley will hook up with Rogstad. What a outstanding career those two have had here at Mill River, Rogstad and Bagley. We're still scoreless, but Mill River's had two just glorious chances. As we're at the 30-minute mark, we played 10 minutes of soccer on Munger Vision, on Channel 15 PEGTV Sports. Also watch sports not only on your television, but also on PEGTV.com. Now we're going to have substitutions coming in. The referee will hold up action. As Holly Hook going out for Springfield, number 17, and hustling back onto the field was Abby Cox, number 6. Lee will, well, she was trying to send it down the middle of the field. She had both Diano coming in on the right side, and then up the middle of the field was Emily Osborne. This is Hannon getting the ball, and she'll kick it in the side, and it looks like the coach for Springfield making the play over there. And his name is Christian Craig. I'll double check that. Oh, coming in, sending it across, wide open, far post, slid across the whole goal mouth, and nobody could get a foot on. Abdel Noor overcommitted, missed the play, and left that whole net exposed, but no problem there, as there was good back checking or good defense coming in on the weak side to seal off any second attempt on that ball just loose in the goal mouth area. Stone takes a complete tour of that in the field, spins it around, beautiful pass. We'll get it back as she kept coming up the field. It'll be too far out of play, and that was from Rogstad to pass out of bounds. And with Springfield now, they're going to take the throw right here in the beginning with Brendenberg, one of the captains for Springfield. And they had a lot of asterisks on their roster. It means they have a lot of captains. An asterisk by the name in the old days meant, like I had an asterisk by my name all through high school, and that meant, uh-oh, trouble child. Bad news. Nowadays, it means you're captain. That's a good thing. Oh, look at this as Diano putting pressure on the outside speed again in Mill River. And here comes a throw for the Minutemen, and Paige Carrera is going to go over, and she'll take the throw as senior Paige Carrera backing it up and getting set to take the toss. Now, she's done a good job on these throw-ins all year because she's got good power. And, well, this time she elected to do short. Everything was marked long, but she could also throw that right into the 18 if she chose to, if that was the call or her decision. And, yep, I heard from the bench, lower, and she did it again, sent the pass short. You know, you take what the defense gives you. If they've marked your long options, you got to throw it short. That's going to be out of play. And Bagley coming over. She's going to ask for the ball. Bagley. Now, last year, like I said, I went up, the championship game was held at Virgins Union High School, and I went up there and videotaped the championship game, and it wasn't fun because it was so cold outside and the wind. I mean, I literally probably was close to hypothermia, but I'm glad I did it. It wasn't the worst experience of my life at all, no, but I'm just saying, would I sit here and paint this rosy picture? It wouldn't be as bad as a spectator without videotaping, because I could have got and walked around, got into the car, warmed up with the heater. You know, sometimes offsides, sometimes just moving. Now, the goal will not count as Abdel Noor. Well, you know, I don't think this is offside. I'm not sure what he called, but no, it's going to be Springfield's kick just outside the 18, so it wasn't an offside. It was a foul on Mill River. That goal will not count because the whistle had blown. That's going to be interesting if I can get an explanation as to what I just saw happen. There's the touch, and Mill River will walk up and just steal a poorly executed play by Springfield. Mill River lost possession as they got a little soft with the ball, but they'll dump it out to midfield, and the Cosmos will settle things down. And again, they wanted to go long distance, and this ball's going to roll out of play, and we'll have a throw coming up for the Minutemen as Anna Austin will chase down the ball with 25:43 to go in the first half. It's funny weather. I got just my fleece coat on. It was kind of cool. I thought it was, chilled. But now, with the wind stopped blowing, now I'm kind of hot. So I rolled up the sleeves, and that'll be another throw for Austin. Good defense being played there. I believe that's Abby Cox. It is Abby Cox, number 6 for Springfield. So an interesting moment in a soccer game. The whistle blew before the kick for Springfield. The goal went in. It didn't count. And we're still scoreless after all that. I say after the dust settles, but there will be no dust today. The field's pretty moist. As Rogstad trying to beat Cox to the inside position, and look at Rogstad. Boy, Springfield just getting arms and legs and knees and noses in the way, and finally Mill River able to uncork one to Osmer, and Osmer with that breakaway speed. That's the biggest. Oh, look at the defense. Went to the middle of the field and left her open to come down that side, and this could become a corner for Mill River, and I believe that will be the call. It will be a corner as a ball. That looks like Tom Cook out there calling the game. And oh, how'd it come? No way, how'd it become a goal kick? Oh, I'll have to rewatch that one. I thought for sure it went out the Springfield defender. I thought for sure he had single goal kick, or a corner kick, but it becomes a goal kick and a short field in. Wow. That was as close to being a handball without being one as I think you could have. Springfield settling down nicely after the first 10 minutes. Now I want to say dominated, but Mill River really controlling play and dictating play, but Springfield's leveled off now, and they got rid of those bus legs. You know, it's just an hour ride from Springfield up. But they're playing very well now and making Mill River work hard, and it'll be a whistle on the play, and they'll go to the side. And no, okay, I couldn't find the young dishes. I couldn't find who had the ball. And now I can. Jenna Paul had it, and she'll send it back, and that'll be kicked off and out of bounds by Farnsworth, number 3. Yeah, Farnsworth, excellent multiple sports athlete herself, as Hannon again slipped down. That shortened her kick, and following it back up this time was Austin, and they'll have it go to Bagley looking for Kachoop. He couldn't make the connection. Springfield looking to open up the corner. There's the open corner, the race to the ball. She can't get to it. She wanted to get there and cross it, but just won't happen. We'll have a goal kick as have Del Newer will call for the ball, get the ball, and I'll have plenty of basketball action for you on Munger Vision coming up. Start my basketball coverage off with the CSJ men's basketball team. I don't have a girls schedule yet. I don't know if they have a girls team, enough numbers to have a women's team down there. But the men's coach, Phil Bartlett, back for his 3rd season, has been in contact with me, getting me all set for the upcoming season. He's done a great job of recruiting. I've set in on a couple of practices, and I can tell you right now, they are going to be an athletic, fun group to watch play down at CSJ. Home opener is the 14th of November. And their actual first game is against the Harlem Wizards, who are like a Harlem Globetrotter type team. And that's November 7th, and that's a blast. You should go down and catch that. That's good family fun right there. That ball off the back of Austin's leg, sent in by Cox, popped up in the air by Hannon, and Mill River really disorganized in their attack right now, and that's something I have not seen them be most of this season. They have been the predator instead of the one being attacked. They have been the attacker. Not so far in the last 6 minutes. Springfield's done a good job of kind of neutralizing that aggressiveness. Redenis with the step up. She's a senior out there. That pass over the top to Diano. Tried to settle and run with the ball. Tried to run through the ball basically, and just didn't happen. I think what's going on, there's only a ball boy per side, and that's really a challenge today, as Diano will receive the pass on the throw. They'll bring the ball back to Redenis, so she wants to go to Kachupi on that side. A nice step up defensively by Springfield. Bagley making the move, and there's the pass to Rogstad, and a good mark again. Clean physical play, but took Rogstad off the ball, and I believe that's Coach Carr retrieving the ball for his team over there. Yeah, I think I'll try to hook up with Coach Carr and see if I can have him do a sit-down, talk about his first year here at Mill River. As Osmer wanted to go back to Rogstad, I believe she was the closest to the ball, but again, Springfield took advantage of the soft pass, made the interception. Redenis going shoulder to shoulder will force the ball to be brought up and out of play into the possession of Mill River with 20 minutes and 30 seconds to go. In the first half, they have seen Mill River with 2 excellent scoring chances, and Springfield with a goal that came after a whistle. So we're still scoreless, and boy, again, trying to run through the ball was Kachupi, and I had to put my hands up over my eye because that sun's coming out, and it's brutal to look into the sun and videotape. Hannon there, Hannon turning the corner, and too hard. We'll go out of play, and we'll have Springfield with the throw. There's Vredenberg coming all the way across the field to take the throw. So Vredenberg. Well, I like to thank Tom Laypool at Channel 15 and Dave Warner, who's the video, well, for lack of a better title, and he's a teacher at Votech. He teaches the video class there. Well, he donated 20 blank tapes, VHS tapes to me, and a used headset, which is 100 times better than my headset, and for my use. And I'd like to thank them both, because he notified Tom Laypool at Channel 15, and Tom Laypool said, I know a guy who could use them, and he sent him back to me. Look at the move by Lee again, and this time she'll not only get the pass, knock it down, send it in, kick it through the inline. I'll tell you, it's a lot of hard work by Amanda Lee, but the shot was wide through the inline, and that will result in a goal kick. And with 19 minutes to go in the first half, it's been pretty good. I think it's been pretty good. Of course, usually, like I said, when I come down and do Mill River girls soccer, it's usually a very enjoyable game because they know how to play soccer and they move it up and down the floor. Farnsworth with the goal kick. I've said it before, you know, soccer, if it's played badly by teams that don't know what they're doing or coaches don't know what they're doing, it's really not that fun to watch. But you get a team out there who get the job done and understand what they're doing. And, you know, and soccer played right can be a beautiful game to watch. And I usually... I said, well, over the many years I've done Mill River soccer, the girls soccer program, they've been one of the teams I say, oh, I don't mind doing this. This is going to be good. Bagley is, Mill River looking to establish that momentum again that they had earlier in the game that Springfield took over for the last 8 minutes. Mill River trying to get some more consistent pressure down in the 18. That's an excellent job defensively by Springfield of neutralizing Diano as they built a triangle around her and she couldn't get through it with the ball or get the ball through it to a teammate. And this is Rogstad going shoulder to shoulder. And a nice step up by Hannon. And then the kick cleared by Austin. She'll go to the edge of the center circle. And that ball going to come back, well, about the 30-yard line, actually. And Springfield, boy, look at number 9. I'll get her name, but she's directing traffic and pointing and hollering. And that's what you need, somebody field vision to direct you. If you get in a crowd of people, that shot going in. And Abdel knew her. That's a tougher save than you think for a couple of reasons. It was an elevated shot, number one. Number two, she's looking into the sun is out now, and she's looking into a brilliant sun. And the ball is very slick and wet. It, you know, can slide right through your hands, but she did a good job. Look at this, Osmer coming down, and Osmer will not get a chance this time. She's been a step away 3 times here in the first half of going in for one of her patent. She's a finisher. That's the word I associate with her. She's a finisher. I bet you 9 or 8 out of 10 times she gets in there and gets a shot. It's probably either a goal or it's a tremendous save by the goalie, but she has that term labeled to her. For me, she's a finisher. And they've had some tremendous finishers here over the last, what's that, 12, 13 years at Mill River. And that's going to be a whistle, and I'm going to see which way the kick's going to go. It should be, I believe, Mill River. Yeah, it's Bagley marking the ball, and Bagley basically right dead on midfield. That's where she's going to take the kick from. She's going to lift the pass, and it comes right down to the foot. Is that Osmer again? But she had double team on her that time, and there's just no way she could turn the corner. And I'm looking for the ball. You know what I did? I saw the balloons. Right there in the foreground, that white balloon, and being an old doofus, I started to follow it with the camera. I thought it was the soccer ball. Oh, wow, that reminds me of John Candy in Summer Vacation. Remember the movie Summer Vacation with John Candy? He's an air pilot controller. You know, he talks down the airplanes to land them, and he's stressed out, and he's looking at the screen, and he doesn't realize it, but there's a fly on his screen, and it moved, and he thought it was an airplane. He lost it, and he went to full panic mode. And that's just why I was that balloon thought it was the camera or the ball, soccer ball. Oh, look at the pass back. Oh, she's offside. It's a great call. Good call. Lee was offside. Osmer probably was also. And that will take away deep penetration from Mill River. 15.5 minutes to go in the first half. Munger Vision. Who else bring you local sports yet again? And they're going to take the goal kick from this near side of the box. They'll set the ball down, and of course taking this kick will be Farnsworth, and she's left that one low, and that's a short field because Mill River is the type of team, they're aggressive. They'll step up and take advantage of those short kicks. Rockstat with a soft pass to Lee. She'll have it come hard off her foot back too far in front of her to the middle of the field. Springfield with ample amount of time right there to go ahead try and get the clear, and they'll have the throw, and we'll hear the horn in the background. That means they got to hold it up a second here for the substitutions to come in. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank well, I already thanked the coach once, but I'd like to thank Coach David Carr and the athletic director, Rob Black, and the janitorial staff for unlocking the gate for me and allowing me to get up here in the weight room to lean out the window and videotape this. And Rob, for the second half of the season, I had my rosters waiting for me, and I've already got my football roster from him. So, yeah, athletic director Rob Black, I'd like to thank him very much for all the help and also allow me to videotape my River Sports and bring it to you on public access internet and on public access television. And that looked like a handball that didn't get called, and here comes Lee with it. Of course, the handball, I was told by an official many, many moons ago that it's not an automatic call, just because, you know. And that's what the official told me. Whether he was correct or not, I'm just going by what he told me. Look at this coming up across Cox, and Abdelnour will make the scoop. Mill River, the regular season MVL champs yet again. They've done that many times. Like I said, they've been a soccer factory in the women's program for over a decade now. Even when they changed coaches, the play on the field stayed excellent. And then, like I said, there's some key underclassmen out there. So I really don't see why next year they wouldn't be a dynamite team again. They'll absolutely miss the seniors, but I mean, they have the capability to reload every year. Look at Osborne, bring it in, and she dribbled it one too many. Here's the, oh, she didn't take the shot. I was waiting for Megan Weeks to load it up and blast away. She didn't do it. Redennis will send it in, and I'll be scooped up by Orth. Kinda, yeah, that was different. She got it. For a minute there, she looked like Gilligan on Gilligan's Island, but she's able to get that ball in under control, and she'll take the punt, kind of. No, she skipped step, faked it twice, and then rolled the ball out. That was well marked, and Leon was able to take the steal in close, and there's some laundry for tomorrow. She'll have a big grass stain where she slid after the ball. And I'm sure Mrs. Lee will be doing that laundry. I've had 2 children, I know. They don't know what that washing machine looks like usually at this age. Bagley got there, but then she was so well marked on the step up that the ball taken away, and that's going to be a nice little bump from behind. That's Ellen Merrill. Merrill, number 15. Like I said, if you go through, and I'll try to, I don't know if I can guarantee I will. I'll obviously recognize the seniors if I read the roster, but then you start looking at the underclassmen, and you say, wow, they're going to be pretty darn good next year. Will this be the year that they break through? Look at Cox coming in, and Abdelnour will take the scoop on the shot. I thought Cox kind of was premature taking the shot that far out. She had a lot of turf to dribble in, and the closer you are, the harder it is. You know, the kick, you can generate more power behind it, and I don't know. I just thought she shot early, but what do I know? There's the bump on Rockstat, and the ball taken away. That was a great play by Cox, and Cox has come out in the first half, as many Springfield players have, and played very well. That could be coming up to Abdelnour, and she'll just dive on it and chomp it up. She looked like Pac-Man there, chomping on the, wherever he ate. I remember the Pac-Man from the 80s there with the Atari system. I never progressed. I never was a electronic game guy. I was way out my generation. I like that. I like going out and actually physically doing stuff. Oh, look at this. Cox coming in. Cox shot, and Abdelnour will get down and make the save. And Cox behind the play wasn't hurt. No, she was just like upset with herself for not scoring. So, like I said, in the last, this has been a split half. This has been 20 minutes of control by Springfield and 20 minutes of control by Mill River. And the wind gusting at that moment knocked the ball down short in the field. Stone right there, and her pass deflected right back to her teammate Merrill. Or is that Austin? That was Merrill. And Rockstat taking the bump, but able to. She's tough. She's very small built. Rockstat is, but she can get down low, and she's tough to move off the ball, as they just found out right there. As Osborne got in position, and she's looking for the throw, and she's looking for a ball boy right now, and then she's waiting for the horn as they bring in the substitutions. I think Osmer's best scoring chance, Rockstadt will take the throw. I think Osmer's best scoring chance was the shot she never took. She'd gotten inside 2 defenders, had the right leg open, and kind of took it in another 2 dribbles too far, and that gave just no room. That should become a corner, and Osmer, she'll stay right there because Emily will serve it up, and you can see the flag barely moving. There's been occasional gusts, but nothing steady. And Osmer is just a wonderful job of serving up these corners this year and last year. But Mill River with a corner and an opportunity to try to get at the first score of the game here. It's 0-0, or as they say in soccer term, 0-0. Well, I'll tell you what, that was a great, I think that was Bagley got the head on it. There's Weeks with the ball. And Weeks, she's played well this year, but Weeks has got to get a little work in the weight room. She's got a little more strength. She's kind of skinny, shoestringy built. And right there you see how easily she kind of shied away from the contact and took the bump and got taken off the ball. She's got speed and she's got skills. She just needs strength. She needs to do a little weight room work. Not a lot or anything like that, but she's an excellent player. Don't get me wrong, excellent player. But young, she's very young. That ball rejects out, and Springfield, again, done a nice job of navigating. Both teams have actually gotten through the middle of the field. There's been no bog down in the middle of the field. Each team's been able to get down in their offensive third of the field, and they've made things happen. Each team's had some great scoring opportunities. That's off from the chin of Bagley, and Osmer back to Bagley, and she'll bring it to the left side too far. And there's the step up against Springfield. Having an excellent season. That's why I'm looking at the schedule thinking, oh, this should be a good one today, and it's lived up to it. Well, a throw with just 8:22 to go in the first half is Rogstadt coming over. She'll pound the ball to Lee, and Lee trying to fight through the defender on that side. I believe that's Farnsworth, number 3, and Lee able to keep her balance. I said, Lee's a slender-built young lady, but she's deceptively a lot stronger. She uses that length as leverage. And it works very well for her. And you can see Merrill wants to take the ball to the outside. Can she get there? And I think it's just a throw. I'm waiting for, well, they're going to come, well, Brandenburg started to go down. And then she is leaving the field. I guess. Okay, so there, what happened? There's a horn for substitution. That's what screwed me up. Doesn't take a lot to throw me off. And it's a throw. And with 7:26 to go in the half, Springfield, a good spot on the field to send that right in the box. There's the cross, and oh, that's up, and couldn't head it in toward the net. Again, Abdel knew where it came over, and almost overcommitted coming out on the ball, and that left the whole back side of the net open, but Osmer, tightrope walking down the sideline. Like I said, many things she does so well, but what's kind of caught me off guard was she's much faster than she looks. Even when she's beating that's going to be Lee, and that'll be through the inline goal kick coming up. Even when she's side by side, shoulder to shoulder with a defender, and they're ripping it down the field, and then she pulls away. You know, obviously, you look at it, if she's ahead of the defender pulling away from him, you're saying, logic is she's fast. But when you watch her, she just doesn't look fast. But she's very fast. My eyes are getting older. They must move slower. That's why she doesn't look like she's going fast. And that's, oh, you know what? Merrill's got on a hat. I just realized she got a toque on. That's why I've had problem identifying her. I thought it was a girl with light brown hair out there that I didn't recognize. And it's her winter toque. It's not light brown hair at all. I thought it was a young lady that had the short cut, light brown hair. It's Merrill with her hat on. I guess you can wear one. I didn't know you could. I'm not saying you can't. I didn't know the rule. Because I'm thinking of like headers and stuff, you know, if it'd be an unfair advantage to have a toque on or... Well, foolish old man doing a game. Lee trying to turn, reverses, crossing, hooked it inside the... outside the net. 5.5 to go in the scoreless first half. You're watching. This is a test. Who are you watching? Munger Vision. Yep, you got it. So there'll be a goal kick coming up now. New body out there. That Desmond Dana, one of the captains for Springfield. They have a lot of captains. Start going down through the roster, and boy, everybody's got an asterisk next to their name. Up, 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 and will it stay in? Yes, it'll be settled down, and that will go off, I believe, off from Roxanne. It'll be a Springfield throw. Yeah, and that's cool. Leo was trying to steal one for the team, but that's definitely going to go to Springfield. And Farnsworth coming up the field will take the throw, and that'll land beyond midfield, and that's going to be stumped back in. Each team marking tight, let me tell you. Clean game, very clean game, but anybody that doesn't think soccer is a physical game, they've never either watched the game live or they've never played it. Oh, look at she's done that so well. Look at the beautiful pass. And the goal! Osmer from senior Amanda Lee. And somehow they have her marked, they have her shadowed, but somehow she was standing all alone and she took her time and just a little chip shot. And Amanda Lee with a beautiful setup on the assist. And it'll be 1-0 Mill River. And that happens with 4:28 to go in the first half of play. And where's Amanda? There she is right there. She's brought that ball down that left side 7 or 8 times today and crossed it over beautiful, and this time she'll get the payoff. And it is official. Osmer with the goal and Lee with the assist, and it's 1-0 Mill River. That's lifted up by Redenis and just sent out to the center circle at midfield. Osmer. Tell you what, Springfield seemed to have that play covered all the first half. They seemed to know it's coming. That time I'm not sure what happened, but they left Lee pretty open to make the cross pass, and then they left Osmer pretty open to chip shot it in. There's Merrill. I just want to show you she got her hat on. Yep, and that's what I got a problem identified. As the sun behind a big bank of clouds now, it should be good to look out through the camera without being sun blinded. 3.5 minutes to go in the first half, and Mill River with the 1-0 lead, looking to close out their home schedule for the regular season with a win. The last time I was here, they were defeating Division I Hartford in a good ball game. Again, like I said, I think, without having a formula in front of me in the whole brackets, I'm thinking they're looking at least 2 home playoff games if they keep winning. If not, the run right into the finals. They made it that far, and Abdelnour will make the scoop. And Abdelnour, this time she's got... In the clouds, of course, if you watch the Weather Channel like I do, you'd understand. The clouds came out, covered up the sun, and of course now the wind kicks up, which they all kind of go hand in hand. And they'll sprint to the corner, and Springfield will get to the ball first. They'll plant, and yeah, when in doubt, kick it out, and they'll take the throw. And Mill River will take the throw. And again, they're at a spot on the field where if they want to take it into the box, I believe that's Peterson. My eyes watering from the wind blowing, and kick coming up on the handball for Mill River, and Osmer looking around. She's going to serve it up. And this is kind of a tough angle. It's not really far out there. It's the 25-yard line. So you got to really have finesse on it. You either got to drive the ball as hard as you can or have some finesse to lift it up and over. Emily, I got a feeling she's going to just tee off on it. But I don't know that either. There it is. Up, 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 up. And just wide, and it was Bagley again. And Bagley is just so athletic. They use that play quite often where she'll go in, and she's the leaper and she's the header person, and she almost came up with goal number 2, and she was well marked and still almost scored. So Springfield with a little sigh of relief right there as it stays 1-0. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Mill River. My eyes are watering, which makes my nose tickle, and I had to sneeze. Oh, look at this. No, I thought she was going to be able to settle it, run through it, and bring it in. Osmer. Emily Osmer will take the left foot. Oh, look at that beautiful serve. Look at that. That's just gorgeous. That was with the left foot on the run. She's ambidextrous. She can use her right or left foot. I don't know if that really pertains to feet or what, but she kicks equally strong and accurate with either foot. And there's the heave as we're down to just 1 minute, 13 seconds to go. And Springfield with a missed kick, and they'll have to go in. Yeah, they're getting a little disorganized in their offensive third right now. And this isn't the time to get disorganized. It's late in the first half, down a goal. And a nice job of wiping that off. Again, Tredenis is in a position, and if she wants to take it into the 18, she could. She went short. I'm not sure if it, yeah, I'm looking up now. Everything was marked long. Springfield will gain possession down to 1 goal. And there's the steal by Stone. And her pass coming across. Rockstadt called off. I'm not sure who that was. I'm trying to find a number. I think that could be Weeks. Okay. Oh, no. That's Camo. That's Casey Camo. See, I have a problem with my vision. The 6s and 8s all look the same. But I can clearly see now, once I got my eye to clear, that that was Camo out there. Number 6 made a touch. 17 seconds. Plenty of time for Mill River to get another opportunity to get a shot here on net. But they got to get possession and drive it back around. That's off from Camo to Merrill. And now at times going to wind it down. Looking more like a 1-0 halftime score to me. And that is Peterson 21. And that's the half. The horn didn't sound, but the half will. And Emily Osborne from Amanda Lee. There's the two of them right there. They clicked for a goal as it's going to be 1-0 Mill River over Springfield on Munger Vision at the half. Minutes because we've had a complete cloud burst. And it's just a downpour and the wind's kicked in and it's just brutal out and I had to do something to weatherize the camera the best I could. I used the old garbage bag. Hopefully it'll keep ticking because if it gets wet and craps out, that's it for Munger Vision. I'll also lose some of the action in the corner because I brought the camera somewhat in the window. That's going to be off from hand and out of bounds. And again, just when the half started, the wind, it got wicked dark, and so I won't be able to see the corner, so I'll go to the front of the net. So Springfield with the corner, and the kick coming. Here comes the ball up and Hannon standing in the way, and Abdelnour will go get the ball, and it'll be a corner again as it was out of play. So back-to-back corners for Springfield. Again, I can't bring the camera back anymore because I've taped the bag over it, and that's going to come in and just go wide. And I'll have to work on the camera, but Lee trying to bring the, whoops, almost fell out the window. Bradley bring the ball down, and oh yeah, it's just unbelievably bad weather right now. Yeah, I might have to call it a day here too. Being inside the window still, yes, but the wind just blowing in this direction, of course, and coming right into the window, just getting me soaking wet. And it's the camera I'm worried about, it's not really me. Up and wide of Abdelnour. And yeah, it's going to be a goal kick as I try and locate the ball. So in a driving torrential downpour and the wind, a big factor. Now Stone picked up the short goal kick. And we're at 36. Let me see if I can bring the camera back a little bit further out of the weather. Where's the ball? There it is. Springfield's got it. Okay. I'm dead serious. I can hardly see. 1-0 Mill River. We're in the second half of action, and that shot being lifted and just wide. So Springfield coming out here like gangbusters in the second half as they've gotten some good shots. They've got some corners and some good shots on in hand and standing out there with no turtleneck on their shirt, no stocking pant things there, tight things on. That's got to be freezing cold. That's going to come down and be bopped around, and Carrera will go to the sideline. Let me slide the camera over this way now. There we go. And I can see the throw at least, yeah. We're going to lose a lot of the coverage because I can't hang out the window. And I can't tell what's coming. I think it's a goal kick coming up. So a goal kick coming up now. Oh my goodness, the wind is just brutal. Yeah, this is brutal. So I might have to shut down here for a minute, see if the storm somewhat passes, because it's just nasty on the equipment right now. I'm just absolutely soaking wet. That ball coming in on Abdelnour. She'll pick it up, yep. And you know, I always know the camera work isn't up to everybody's standards before, man, but you don't understand how hard it is to run a camera and try to keep it dry right now. And that's Peterson that got there. And boy, I'll tell you, the fans that stayed for this, my hat's off to them. It looks like there could be some lighter skies coming in, but... And the throw by Mill River. Well, I'm trying to videotape through the, there we go, through the window. And we'll see how this works. At least it's a little quiet. Let me see if I can get my lens dried off. And that kick, oh, you know what's going to happen? I can't swing my camera. Okay, I'm sorry about that. But I literally fell off my thing I was standing on. That's why I had to stop and get set back up again. And again, Springfield putting tremendous pressure on here in the second half. And Mill River with that 1-0 lead. And Springfield in dark green uniforms and a driving wind and rainstorm. And temperatures dipping very low right now. And my camera not working that well. You see the zoom not working with beans right now. So I'll try to figure out why that ball go out. Mill River scoring late, very late in the first half as Osmer got the goal from Lee. On Seniors Day, Mill River with 9 seniors on their roster, but still a bevy of talent left behind next year. And Springfield will take the throw. Again, I can't bring you to the throw now because I'm not out the window. There's the throw. Like I said, I take a lot of criticism. Oh, look at this coming in, and Abdel Noor will make the save. I get criticized for my camera work. You know, people don't realize I'm talking. I'm doing a commentary also. Like right now, I'm just trying to open the window up again. It's, you know, the rain's starting to back off a little bit now. Maybe I can slide it out the window again. As Stone got there, couldn't control it. Hannon will slide it down the sideline, and it goes to Paige Carrera, and Carrera couldn't quite get the handle on it, and they're going to send it down in the corner. It's coming across, and Abdel Noor with traffic coming in will make a great save. Okay, you bear with me. Okay. Because what I'm trying to do, oh, is Abdel Noor hurt? Well, they're taking a look at her, and she made a save, and it didn't look like it was going to be an issue at first, but she's staying down, and that'll stop the clock with 29:45 to go. Now, I haven't seen a backup goalie this year. She's played with the games I've watched, she's played every minute of her position. Again, I'm just trying to dry off my lens, and Lauren looking, I'm not sure, she's taking off her gloves and everything. Yeah, she's coming out of the ball game. I believe that's Bagley. Well, I think she's got to come out because she, well, no, we don't need to tape that, because they stopped the clock for her. And that's why they're going to have Bagley go in the net right now. Some rainstorm, huh? Jeez, coming in. People don't even know, they think you're inside your drive, man. No way. So yeah, they're just getting Bagley now to get the goalie shirt on. Abdel Noor will have to leave for a couple minutes. I don't think it's the injury now as much as they stopped the clock, but she seems to be moving fine and all right. And Chelsea Bagley will go into the goalie position, and that's going to really change up the middle of the field because Bagley quarterbacks the middle of the field, and defensively this will not help Mill River out as they get all the adjustments done on her. It has been shaky camera work here in the second half, dodging hailstones and wind and sliding around on the bench. But it's been a heck of a game. 1-0 Mill River. Osmer with the goal in the first half. And there's some of that foliage now. You can see with the contrast and the no sun on it. You can see it easier. Hannon's going to take the kick. And we'll get this game back underway. Springfield taking on the regular season champs, the MVL regular season champs in Mill River. So they'll start the clock now, and again, if it's raining now, it's just a sprinkle, but boy, what a mess it is for the fans in the stands right now. It's got to be cold and wet, and the field, which was shaky at best at the start of the game, has just got big puddles in certain areas and mud piles, and Springfield's dominated the second half of play here. And Mill River scrambling around. That could become a goal or a corner kick as now will be taken away, and Springfield trying to walk it down the sideline with Jenna Paul. Will go to Vredenberg with the left foot. She'll get the cross, and that's cleared out in front of the net. Bagley in net now for Abdelnour, and I'm looking for Abdelnour and seeing if she's in sight on that sideline. All the way across, and that's Anna Austin, 14, trying to keep the play from funneling back inside the 18. She'll keep it on the edge right now, and Rogstad will pick up the trailer, number 16, and actually cut off the pass and bring the ball back. And that's where Stone will make the clear. She'll go to the side, and she wants to turn it up the sideline, and it'll go connect with Lee. So Amanda Lee, who got the assist on the goal, and like I said, within 2 minutes left in the first half, they were able to get the only goal so far in the game. And there's Osmer. She'll reverse the dribble on the trap and bring the ball right down the center of the field, get to the outside edge of the circle, across midfield, and lays it out into the open corner, waiting for Lee to speed to it. And she'll get to it and see if they play off her now defensively. She's trying to line up the cross, and there it is. She'll bring the ball back to the inside, and Kachupi coming in. A lot of time, takes the kick. It's going to be wide, and was it touched defensively? If so, it'll be a corner, and Osmer heading over, and it will become a corner for Mill River. So again, they let Amanda Lee hurt them. Springfield bringing the ball out wide and not coming up to stop the ball, and she's able to not only deke out her defender, but actually get the ball inside the 18 and generate a corner for Mill River. So Osmer getting set, and now this will affect their corner with Bagley playing goalie, because she is the person who comes in and heads the ball. Now they're making a change, so Bagley coming out, Abdelnour coming back in, and they'll make the switch again of their jerseys. And I'm not sure if it's a rule, but I think the goalie's got to have that colorful different jersey on so they can spot her out there. Yeah, they want Bagley to go down on this corner kick. That is what this whole thing's been about. So Bagley hustling down, and Springfield coach not too happy that they actually held up the game long enough for Bagley to come down and get back into the offense. A great serve, and it trickles into the 18, and it's going to be high. Diano right there on the short post and cranked it up over the top of the crossbar. Oh yeah, I mean, the rain has stopped now. But what a mess. I mean, for the players, for the fans, for the camera guy, that's going to look pretty brutal on TV. People are going to think I was off the wagon there for a while. But no, I mean, it's soaking wet inside the window area here, and I really just can't afford to let the camera get wet. It is such an antique, like the operator, that just can't take the water. A Stone with the toss, looking for Carrere, and he'll go hard off her foot, and she'll get a Kachupi. There's that layered offense they run, where they keep bringing people up after the pass, and it's been a beautiful thing to watch this season. It's worked out very well for Mill River. And they'll be home for the playoffs, and I'll have some of that coverage for you. Austin couldn't turn the ball away, and here's Springfield trying to go up the middle of the field, and Hannon getting there, taking a bump, keeping her balance, bringing the ball wide, and she'll get the clearance. She just wants to get behind the ball, and she'll drive it to midfield, and it'll be out of play, and we'll have a Springfield throw. And it actually is going to be in the offensive side of the midfield stripe for the Cosmos. And those dark green uniforms on a raw, cool day, just at the start of halftime, just a cloudburst downpour. And a very important game for both teams as far as moving up in the playoff seedings. That ball coming in, and that'll go through the inline, not touched by Mill River, and that'll become a goal kick for Springfield. 25-39 to go in regulation. And Hannon will get the ball marked on the far side of the box. And now she's bringing it back to this side. She's going to take the kick off to the near side of the box, and everything looking marked long. Let's see where she wants to take the kick. She's done a good job all season, has. She's one of those 9 seniors they recognized at the start of the ball game on Seniors Day here at Mill River Union High School, and she actually got the ball right out to Osmer, who Lee raised her hand wanting to pass back, and she will send it in now to the 18. Diano offside. Yeah, she is offside. Kachupi joining her, but was Diano, number 11, who is offside, and there'll be a kick coming up for Springfield. And taking the kick, as my roster's pretty soaked, I can read it. Desmond Dana, number 15, going to take the kick for Springfield. And she'll bring the ball out to the equivalent of the 20-yard line. She'll get set, and Orth in net still for Springfield. I don't think she's really seen a shot on net in this second half. She's probably pretty happy with that. She saw a play. What a great athletic play as Cox, number 6, ran through the defender, sent the ball down in the open corner. And again, that's just putting pressure on that Mill River defense. And there's the, when in doubt, kick it out. And that was Hannon that did that. She kicked the ball side out, and we'll have a throw coming up for Springfield. Vredenberg, number 10, coming down, one of the captains for Springfield. And she'll take the toss. And again, she'll have the option of going right into the 18 with the throw. And that's what she does. It's in the 18 on the edge, headed by Mill River up to the top of the box. And the kick lined up by Kachupi, not taken, and now she'll get it on the second effort, and she'll drive the ball up to the 30-yard line. Again, over the top, and might be too long. Yeah, it's going to come in and add. Oh, was it touched by Abdel Noor? It was. It'll become a corner kick for Springfield. So on a crazy bounce, Abdel Noor, who probably goes 5'11", went off from her fingertips through the inline, and that'll be Fontaine, Liza Fontaine, that will serve up the corner for Springfield. The wind went away with the rain. There is no wind now for them to have to adjust their kicks as Fontaine up, and just a line drive serve, and Abdel Noor will bobble it. It's going to come back, and it should be another corner as it goes out up from Abdel Noor. It's got to be hard handling the ball out there for the goalies right now. And I believe that's the south end. That's got the big mud puddle right in front of Abdel Noor, the mud surface area down right in front of her. And it is in the back of the net, and they'll score on the corner, and that's going to tie the game up at 1-1. And Springfield has been knocking on the door since the intermission. Actually gets one in, and we're tied at 1. And the way they were congratulating Cox, I think the goal will be awarded to Cox. But I'll wait for the official announcement off from the PA man, Mike Lee. Again, Mill River had been a little chaotic in their defensive end on those two corners. And Abdel Noor, Abby Cox officially will get the goal. And Fontaine will get the assist. Remember, Fontaine started the whole thing off by serving up the corner. So Mill River, I can't remember the last time they trailed on their home field, and that's coming into the 18, and North will pick it up before Kachupi can get there. Actually, it's the game I did here. Twin Valley had the 2-1 lead over Mill River late on a Saturday afternoon game here. And Mill River came back to win that in overtime, 3-2. So they don't want to, it's damp enough on Seniors Day without dampening the spirits here with the loss. So the Minutemen tied up with Springfield. And I've lost the ball. Oh, there she is. Brandenburg's got it, number 10, right in front of the bleachers. And that toss deep. As Stone got a piece of it, and then she'll give way to Hannon. It'll take the bump. You can see how strong Hannon is on her feet. When she takes those bumps, she's able to just run through the Springfield player. That was a 50-50 ball, and it should be a green throw, and that's what they'll have. Brandenburg quickly will drop the ball down in that left side, near side here at Mill River, and the pass coming across. And you see Roxette, good job of keeping her feet, and then with the left foot, the pass pushed in, and it misses a Springfield player, rolls into Abdel Noor, and she'll get set to take the punt. Now, it looked like on that corner kick that scored that Abdel Noor had the ball under control, but again, with these wet balls and the wet gloves, it just slid through her hands into the back of the net. Rather slowly, actually. That's why I had to wait to make the call on the goal. It's Paige Carrera there, and with a push, and they're going to go Mill River's way as Cox had the ball, got the shove, but it ends up being a Mill River call, and that's a little home cooking here for the Minutemen. Again, Springfield clearly enjoying the second half as Mill River's been on her heels here. They went to the break with a 1-0 lead. And see, they can, they've got a lot of experience. Like I said, 9 seniors out there. A lot of players have played in last year's championship game, so a lot of soccer left on the clock, too, with 20 minutes, 54 seconds to go, nearing the midway point of the second half. And that dirty word overtime starts to creep into the play here. If it gets to that point, it's sudden death, golden goal. They'll play a 10-minute overtime period. If you're still tied at the end of that, they'll play one more 10-minute overtime period. And basically, it's just the first goal wins. As Diano, a tad bit late getting there, that ball rolls all the way back up, and Brandenburg with a nice kick on the run. And Cox, who's coming to the ball game late in the midway through the first half, she's ignited the Springfield squad. This is Jenna Paul, number 2, and she'll go up over the top and skips. See, it's a great idea to put as many shots on the goalie from anywhere on the field as you can, because with the weather conditions, that ball could hit that wet surface and take a skid or an erratic bounce and get in there and, make the goalie make the play. And that was a good job by Paul and a good job by Abdelnour to make the save. Rogstad and Mill River with only the one shot on net here in the second half. 1-1 the score, and Springfield with the only goal in the second half. And Lee running through the ball would make the steal, and there's a whistle behind the play. And I don't know, they're going to kick or a throw. If it's a throw, she was out of bounds. And that must be what it is, as they're going to have the throw coming in from Farnsworth. And then there's Bagley stepping up, getting ahead on it, but can't control it and will go out of play. So Lee must have stepped on the sideline, thus the whistle. And the throw from a soggy Mill River today. Munger Vision bringing you varsity soccer action, the last regular season home game for Mill River. Coming in with just a 1 loss and 1 tie on their overall record. They are the MVL regular season champs. And they're in a real good soccer game today, and that's Cox taking a bump. And she's able to drive the ball across the field too far. And you see Coach Carr in the background is giving up his umbrella, and he'll make the stop on the ball. But yeah, that north-south attack of Mill Rivers has gotten pretty quiet here, and they've had a lot of trouble just getting the ball out of their defensive third into the middle of the field. That time the Springfield player, the defensive player, slipped down, and Osmer trying to lift it up and over and look for Lee. Now he'll take a bounce toward Lee, and the defender right there marking her. And Springfield's changed up their defense here in the second half as far as when Mill River can get penetration in their offensive third. And that time they outkicked Osborne. That's going to be just dumped out the far side. Lee there at about the 40-yard line, and with a few bumps, she brings it all the way back to midfield, and she'll dance around the top of the ball and go to the left foot, and that will stay in the play. And Osborne coming up from the back side, and she'll chase it down, and I'm waiting for the whistle. There it is. She stepped out of bounds, and Springfield will take the throw with 18 minutes left in regulation in a 1-1 soccer game. It was a good game down in Springfield earlier in the year that Mill River won, and it's been a dandy here today. The downside was that 8-minute downpour that, like I said, I feel bad for the fans. The camera work completely sucked, but hey, it was like being out in the ocean on World's Deadliest Catch there. As Hannon came across and erased the ball, and she'll get back and mark up defensively. And Vredenberg from the far side, number 10 in green for the Cosmos, will take the throw. It definitely has been a game of 2 different halves, especially from Mill River's perspective. The trap, and then the ball sent back, and that's going to trickle along the inline and go out of play. And it went off from a Mill River defender, so a corner coming up for Springfield. Now remember, they scored off that last corner, and this was a young lady that served it up, Fontaine. She's a junior on that Springfield roster. And she did a nice job of getting that ball just about 6 yards out in front of the goalkeeper, and that comes in, and I'm not sure who got a foot on it, but Osmer will pick it up, and she went to turn it up the field, and again the defender came up and marked her right on it. Was number 3, and that's Farnsworth, who was there defensively for Springfield. That's over the top and past the charging Katrupi, number 9. That's Farnsworth there, and she didn't let the ball settle, tried to pluck it out of midair, and she was able to drive it down to the 30-yard line and no further, and they'll have a white throw, and Leah Rogstad, number 16, will do the honors and get the throw up the field. As Osmer, not a lot of room for Osmer to move here in the second half. Every time she turns around, she's got 2 Cosmo defenders shadowing her up and down the field. 16 minutes straight up to go here in the second half of play. Don't forget that website. It's www.pegtv.com. You can go there, click video on demand, and you can watch local sports action anytime, anywhere, free of charge on the internet via Munger Vision on PEGTV. The beauty of PEGTV is so you can turn on your great big 52-inch LCD flat screen TV and watch it right in your living room. And I know that's a lot more comfortable than sitting around in a little chair watching a small computer screen. Fontaine tried to reverse it, and there was Osmer right there playing good defense. We'll have a green throw coming up as they'll take it on the far side. Right in front of that Mill River bench, and you see nobody sitting on it. I'm sure it's quite a wet bench out there. It was a tremendous downpour for about 8 minutes. And again, that will be through the inline, and I'm waiting for the call. Will it become a corner? No, goal kick coming up for the Minutemen. Hannon calling for the ball, and she'll mark it down on the far side of the box and take the goal kick. 15 minutes left in the second half, and we're tied at 1, Springfield and Mill River. The Minutemen with the goal late in the first half, and then the Cosmos just about 6 minutes ago getting the tying goal. That was a nice move by Fontaine, and then Hannon coming out, and she'll attack the ball, and I believe it will become a corner now. And these corners in the second half, Springfield's out-cornered Mill River, but they've executed the corners very well. And right now, the wind just starting to pick up again on this corner. Nothing like it was in the first 8 minutes of the second half. All the way to the far post, and too far actually, as it rolls to the far side, and Mill River able to get out of that corner. Only damage done. There we go. The camera wouldn't work. The zoom wouldn't work on the camera. It got stuck on my garbage bag I put over the top of it. Lee got an assist today, trying to find that opening. This time that was much better played by Springfield. See, they actually had help on the inline, so when she turned the defender around, she just didn't have the open passing lane. That's going to be beyond Stone, and this is Jenna Paul. Paul sends the ball. Well, she was trying to go up the center of the field, and again, Stone just so good defensively, didn't buy it and kept her balance, and that's the goal scorer right there, number 6, Cox. Can't get to it this time, and Mill River would just declare. Diano in the vicinity can't control the ball, and Carrera stepped up and stopped the progress of Vredenburg coming up the field for Springfield. A couple bumps and a good battle along the sideline. It's been a well-officiated game. It's been physical, but it's been clean, and it's been well called. It's been a good tune-up for both teams going into the playoffs to play each other here at the end of the regular season. Mill River's last regular season home game. 9 seniors brought out to center field with their parents and given balloons and flowers, and got a good ball game going now as Diano on sides. There's the pass up the middle, and just off from Kachupi's foot, Diano will push it through the inline, and looks like a corner coming up for the Minutemen is the indication. And I believe this is the first corner of the second half for Mill River. Osmer, of course, will come over and put this into motion. I'm looking for Bagley coming down the field, and yeah, she's at the top of the 18 right now. What they like to do is just actually have her loop up behind like a J pattern and then come in and try to head the ball in. And Osmer, no wind right now to contend with, will send the ball up and slid off the side of her foot. That's playing soccer in the rain is like playing golf in the rain. You know, you hit a golf ball with a wet club and it slides off. It's the same thing with the cleats are all wet and the ball's wet. And she sliced it behind the net, so that corner right there amounted to no offensive try for Mill River. There's the kick, and that'll be a short kick. Mill River can't step up though and shorten the field. Fontaine with a beautiful soft pass laid on that side, and just a tad too far, and Rogstad will stay on that side and take the throw, and she'll bring the pass back to Austin, who wanted to return the pass and kind of popped it up and really didn't move it forward. Now Rogstad will retreat back about 10 yards and turn to the outside, go to the left foot, and hit Austin, but again, that's a hard ball to control right now. Springfield taking that hour ride up to Mill River. And it's been a dynamite ball game. Carrera got in front of Cox. Cox trying to just bring it wide enough to get open. She wants to turn the corner on Carrera, and thought better if she didn't have the angle. Now go off from Carrera, and we should have a throw coming up for Springfield. 11:14 to go in regulation. 1-1 to score. And just want to see who they brought all the way across to take this throw, as it's Vredenburg, number 10. She'll come back into view here in a second. She was backing up to get the power behind the throw, and she'll go up to the top of the box, and that was well marked again by Mill River, as that took a favorable bounce for the Cosmos. They couldn't do anything with it inside the 18, and then Fontaine had defense. As Osmer there defensively played very well against her. And I know a lot of knocks against Osmer is that she doesn't play defense, but she has all last 2 years I watched her. She just doesn't play a lot of defense because she's usually got the ball in the offensive end. And is it going to be a white throw? I'm waiting to see. They bring the ball in, and yeah, it's just going to be a throw. They brought the ball into the goal box. I'm not sure why, but it'll be a throw for Mill River. And plenty of time left. Still 10:20 to go in the second half of soccer. everything marked long. They'll take it short, and in Springfield, that's Jenna Paul, number 2 right there. They've taken away a lot of time and space that Mill River had offensively in the first half, and they're forcing them to quick decisions and bad passes. And see, Rockstadt went all the way across the field with it and really had nowhere to go with it. That was just excellent defense played by number 13, Sarah Locke, out there by Springfield. That's the 50-50 ball off a couple different heads and comes back down, and that was Austin this time who settled it down. There's a touch by Lee looking for Katrupi, and Fontaine came back and forced her to make the play up the middle of the field. And again, no white jersey there, and they want to reverse the field at Springfield. And you can see the slip on the kick, and the ball just barely trickled over the midfield stripe. Bagley will dodge around the first defender. Now, Bagley hasn't made a rush down the field the whole ball game. She's usually a beautiful pass back to Diano on sides, lining it up, and she'll miss it. Who was that came flying in? It was Osbury trying to save that on the far post, and Diano a little bit too fussy on placing the ball into that huge net. Brought it just wide of the post. And I'll put a bookmark right there at 9 minutes to go as Mill River looked at a wide open net and missed it. Oh, and Diano, again, too much finesse. Bury it. Power it in. Just drive it in. Don't worry about making it look pretty. See if that ignites Mill River here and gets their offense going more consistently as Rogstadt coming down the field will stay wide and step on the ball, and will they call a kick? They will. So a little hand checking going on, and they called that one tight, and now Osmer heading over. This is a tough angle for a kick right here. She's on a tough angle, and not only that, it's the distance. She's only about 15 yards on the 45-degree angle from the net. She might just elect to bring it soft in the middle and hit somebody coming down the center of the field with a pass. There's the softness, there's the header, and Diano was marked and couldn't get a foot on the ball. Mill River with good pressure in the last minute and a half will get another corner. They'll take it off the near side now. Osmer coming all the way across the field. Been a good soccer game today, despite that torrential downpour right after the half. Osmer waiting, set, steps into it, and tell you what, nice settle by Lee, the kick, and she'll elevate it too high. It will be a goal kick now as they got the shot up over the top of Orth, but just above the crossbar. So the last several minutes has turned into a punch-counter-punch situation with Springfield having good pressure. Now Mill River with their turn putting pressure on. 7:20 to go in regulation, and that kick on the goal kick will be settled down by Katrupi. Lee called for the ball, pushed it forward. Osmer in the box. Lee trying to follow it up, and Springfield now just hustling to get the ball up the field as far as they can. Rogstadt with the good speed will get there. Can she turn the corner? Defensively, nice job by Springfield. That stayed in play, and did it go off from the foot of Osmer? It did. By the looks, they're calling a goal kick, and that will be the call. So it did go off from Osmer, and there'll be a goal kick coming up now for Springfield. Well, it was a dandy of a game the first part of the year down in Springfield, and this is just as good. And that kick, again, came out to about the 40, as that's Hannon back there. Hannon's had a little breather the last couple minutes. Good bump by Cox, and they let him play through it. Hannon trying to get into the middle of the passing lane, and who covered her spot? Stone came back to take over where Hannon had came up, and this is Cox. Stone stepped. I like that. She didn't stay back defensively and let Cox dictate the move. She came up, stepped out on it, and just kicked the ball out, and that gave everybody a chance to remark defensively. I'll tell you, if that pass is clean, she's able to kick that on the fly, and that's just a good job by Lee coming back defensively. And there's a whistle on the play, and yep, it'll be Mill River with the kick. Bagley will set it down at the 25-yard line. They went to the medium pass as everybody was still getting back in position. Went from Katrupi to Lee to Rogstadt on the far side. Locke there defensively bought the fake, and the ball brought inside. There's Osmer with the touch. Don't forget, at 9 minutes to play, Mill River missed an open net. A chance to break the tie. We're down to 5:34 to go in the second half of play, and here comes Diano. Diano's had a heck of a ball game. There's the fake, brings it inside, sets the table up to the middle to Osmer. She wants to go to the far corner to get the pass, and that was just well played defensively as that triangle they had in the box by Springfield took away any option for the ball coming back to the center of the field. Rogstad and Locke, and Rogstad will turn to the outside. There's the help defense. They've layered it. Lee will get the bouncer away and just slip down. Tried to push the ball to Osborne, just too soft. Turf right there. She really couldn't plant herself and make the kick. So Mill River finding that sense of urgency they lacked right after halftime and have played much better here in the last several minutes as Bagley had the, of course, Springfield also played a very good second half. I don't take anything away from Springfield. Shot up and it'll be knocked down, and Orth will keep it in play, and now she'll take the punt. Now she really hasn't had a lot of action here in the second half. And I believe that's her first punt of the second half of the ball game. As they put Carrera on Cox now, number 6. And Abby Cox has played a very strong game for Springfield. And Springfield looking to get the win on the road. And I tell you, this is, like I said, just before the playoffs, this is the kind of game you need for both these teams right here. And that must have stayed in bounds. It was close. I couldn't see through the balloons, but no whistle on the plane. Mill River will. Like I said earlier in the ball game, I got caught up filming the tape in a balloon. I thought it was a soccer ball. And Abdel Noor will get there and make the scoop and see if she elects to take the punt, and she will. Both goalies today have thrown the ball instead of the punts, and that time that was the punt. As Kachupi. Again, that was well played. They've almost put a diamond in the backfield, and that's been the difference here in the second half defensively. That's over the top. Lee on sides, and she'll go to the corner, and Orth out there also, and there's the whistle. Now it's a matter of which way will the call go, and it will be a Mill River kick, I believe, and that happens with 3:18 to go. No, actually, they could have let that play along. That would have been better for Mill River. They would have had possession with the motion going on, and that was open. It'll be Osmer taking the kick. She's got Lee 10 yards back of her on the south side of the ball. Rogstad just outside the loop of the 18. Big moment right here, 2:57, just a tad under 3 minutes left in regulation. Going right for it, and the skip and the bounce, and just wide. It will be a corner, though, as it was played off from the defensive player for Springfield, and Osmer heading over to that far side of Dean Holt Memorial Field. And you can see the flag next to her is hanging limp right now. The wind not a factor at this portion of the ball game. Got the hook on it and just didn't get the depth, though. Rockstadt coming up, couldn't control it, and I believe it went off from, well, they're going to say Mill River ball, so Osmer will stay on that side, and she'll take the throw. Nearing the 2-minute mark left in the second half to play. Katrupi just simultaneous kick and went up about 10 feet in the air and stayed in the same spot. As Rogstad will bring it back to Austin. Austin under pressure, able to split the defense and drive the ball into Osborne at far side. Makes the move, gets around the defenders, got a little bit of turf to work with, wants to slide the ball back. Lee coming in late, couldn't get there, and now Springfield with the clear. Will be Jenna Paul, number 2 on the fly, will cross midfield, and that Stone in position going shoulder to shoulder with her, and now she'll turn the ball to the outside. Paul leaning into her, and that's still in play, and they let him do a nice job of battling there without any whistle. Good job by the official. I believe that's Tom Cook on that side. And on the horn, we're going to get a new Cosmo coming in the ball game with 1.5 minutes. 1:30 to go in the second half of play. We're tied at 1. And it's had a playoff atmosphere about it here in the second half. And again, plenty of time. Mill River will take the throw. They need, though, to get the ball down in their offensive third of the field. And there's Rogstad looking for Bagley. See how she kind of used her body to shield out the defender. She wanted to get the ball and wrap around and move it down the field. Rogstad this time from the 45-yard line will take the throw. 1 minute to go in regulation, and it's going to be the Cosmos with the ball. I believe that will be the call. And yeah, they'll have it on the far side right near their bench area. And they're looking for one more rush in regulation. Locke wanted to turn it up the field and lost it out of bounds. Rogstad with the throw. Yeah, nobody really taking their time looking for the open spot, and that's going to come up. Diano trying to get between two defenders will get there, and that's going to slide out, picked up by Lee. Lee with the pass, never got through. She's going to have time to retrieve it, didn't settle it, brought it down, and coming up the middle was Carrere, and she overran the ball, and we have a handball called on Mill River, and 24 seconds to go. Springfield needs a deep kick to have any chance at a score here in regulation. 17 seconds, it's possible as there's some open turf, and that ball will roll down to the open corner, and I'm thinking overtime is coming up. And we'll have a Springfield throw, but I don't think they'll have enough chance to really do the damage here. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, and that slipped out of her hands, went straight up and down, and that's it. We're going to go to overtime at Mill River. Springfield and Mill River in a 1-1 game, going to that extra session, only fitting on Seniors Day. 10 minutes on the clock. First overtime going up. Springfield came out of the intermission and just really came out with a lot more energy, a lot more possession time, really dictated play. Then with about 8 minutes left in the ball game, Mill River found that on switch again, and they put some tremendous pressure on. But here we are in overtime, and I just don't think we're going to have to worry about going to a second overtime. My prediction, it's going to end within the first 6 minutes of OT. Both teams had such great chances that the odds of one of those shots going in now for either side increasing. As Kachupi to Osmer slipped over the top of her foot and skidded through, and then Locke got a piece of it and will drive it down. Austin with the header might be too strong. Rogstad gives it chase, but it will be saved. She had to be real close to that sideline. In case you missed it, it was Seniors Day at the start of the ball game, and all the seniors from Mill River recognized, 9 on the roster. Then at intermission, just an unbelievable cloudburst came down for about 8 to 10 minutes with driving winds, and they played through it. You missed a lot of it because I had to shut the window. But it has been a dandy of a soccer game. Again, Mill River, this is their last regular season home game of the 2010 season. Now that 5-minute break they give them before they get into the overtime, so you see some of that momentum from both sides is gone right now. It's going to take a while to kind of crank it back up here. 8:48 to go in the first overtime on a chilly, raw day from Mill River. Munger Vision bringing you this sports. As Osmer there put pressure on the ball, went to Kachupi, and she couldn't control it. Now will skip out toward midfield. Austin heading after it. Austin will lay it out, and then Rogstad. Wow. But they look like they're on the bench, but the whistle came in, and it will be a Springfield throw. Neither goalie has actually had to make a save yet in overtime. The catalyst for Springfield was Cox, number 6, and that she presented a tremendous matchup problem for Mill River in the second half. Fontaine and Cox, that was the combination for the goal. Diano just having a super ball game, and she had a couple scoring opportunities. I know she'd like to see those over again, but this time it will be Mill River with throw, and Osmer looking long into the box. Kachupi marked, and now Lee coming back to the ball, and that's who they'll go to. So Lee will, I'm sorry, it's Bagley. So Bagley, 22, came back for the ball. I couldn't figure out why Lee would be all the way across the field on his side. It wasn't, it was Bagley. Rogstad reached with the foot, and now Carrere comes up, and that's who the ball deflects off from, goes to Bagley. Bagley trying to create separation from the defender, will bring it wide, and the defender did sag back, hedge back into the box, and Bagley hears the call from Rogstad. She wants to center it up to Kachupi, trying to bring the ball down. That's just laying around. It's a 50-50 ball in the box. Osmer turns and fires just wide. Oh, what a move by Osmer. All in one motion, just went 180 on a spin and just put some power behind the shot. It was just wide. 7:11 to go in overtime. Overtime number 1. I tell you, the crowd that braved it, Farnsworth with the kick, got it to Brandenburg, and she headed it forward. Wants to get it to Paul, and she's able to, again, they want to bring it to the weak side of the field. Nice step up by Hannon, and that's going to go toward the sideline, and that will go out of bounds. We'll have a throw by Springfield, and Brandenburg will head over, number 10. She'll take the throw. Again, my hat's off to the fans who've stuck around for the ball game. They've got to be pretty cold and wet, too. At least the players are running around, getting their blood pumping. Just standing still in the stands, they got to be some kind of chilly going on. And again, it has felt and been played like a playoff game. We got two teams that are coached well and know how to play soccer. And Bagley going to take the dribble up the far side. She's got some turf to work with. Will get the pass to the inside to Lee, and Lee will hook up to Osmer. Osmer will hit Lee on the trail. Back to Osmer for the game. No! Orth will come out and stop the rush down the field. And Orth will take the punt. It's a short ball, and Rogstad will step up and play behind Locke, and Locke able to turn fired into the bench, and we'll have a Mill River throw. That will be the call. It'll be Rogstad at the end of the bench to take the throw, and she'll mark it short, and there's the little nonchalant croquet-type kick forward. Now Springfield looking to go over the top. In overtime, Mill River here has done a much better job of keeping the ball down in their side their 18 on the offensive end of the field. But Cox, all he needs one breakout, and Cox had the ball picked away. It was Bagley with the steal. And now she wants to go over the top to Diano, use that speed. Diano forces the kick out, and we'll have a Mill River throw with 5:18 to go in overtime. Katrupi with the toss, brought it into the 18. There wasn't a body there to support it, but now Osmer will give chase and be a tad bit late. There'll be a pop-up over the top of the head of Austin and Mill River, trying to get back into position defensively. Hannon, as that goes over the top, and it's just beyond the reach of Paul, and Abdelnour will make the grab. And she'll take the punt herself, and that's a pretty decent kick. With the bounce, she'll make midfield, and that's where Katrupi will come back and try to link up with the ball. Katrupi with the little heel pass, nobody there. And now Paige Carrera trying to step up, overplayed the ball, and Springfield trying to get the attack going at the other end. He'll get it into the foot of Cox. There's the push pass through, and Paul, it could have been a handball, not called. Vredenberg running through. Vredenberg for the win. No! She'll elevate the shot. Yeah, I think that shot right there with the hands on the hip says it all. There'll be a goal kick for Mill River. 4:16 to go, and that was the best scoring chance in overtime for Springfield. Bagley on the far side. Bagley taking the goal kick, not Hannon. So I wonder if that leg is starting to bother Hannon here, especially in the cold, damp weather. It could stiffen up quite easily. Bagley with just a little poke check will push it wide, and it should stay green throw, and that's what we'll have. Brandenburg, who has the capability to throw that into the 18, will have the ball on the far side for the throw for Springfield. It looks like everything marked short, and she is going to try to line drive toss, and it's in a good spot. Well played. Hannon got a foot on it, didn't clear. That's going to be a clear outside to the 20, and Springfield will keep possession. They'll get the kick in line, and again, Mill River got that 18 pretty crowded right now. There's not a lot of room to drive the ball through, and there's a soft touch pass coming up for Lee. It'll be out of play. We'll have a throw coming up for Springfield. It should be Vredenberg, and that's who it is, number 10 with the ball. 3:17 to go in the first overtime. Obviously we're tied, but in case you're curious, it's 1-1, because basically the score doesn't matter now. If you're in overtime, it's all new. Lee will make the move, find some turf, and she's got 20 yards to dribble. She's got that speed going for her. We'll bring it back to the center of the field to Diano, who wants to return the pass, takes the bump, and that's been consistent. They've let him play like that the whole ball game. No need to change it now. So they had the rush and didn't get the finish, and they didn't even generate a shot, and Bagley laying it out for Rogstad, and a double hit, and was the last touch. Yeah, Rogstad with the last touch, and we'll have Springfield turn and fire the ball up. That's going to step up by Merrill, 15 in the ball game. 2:29 to go in the first overtime. Springfield and Mill River making the last regular season home game a memorable one here for all the fans and for the seniors. And Vredenberg trying to make that an hour bus ride trip up here worthwhile. We'll get it down to Paul. Stone came out to make the play. That opened up the left foot. It'll slide in. Cox will push it through the inline, and they're calling I think it's a goal kick. That's what it is. Okay. And it'll be interesting. Will it be Bagley? Yeah, Bagley taking command, calling off Hannon, and it'll be Bagley taking the goal kick for the second time in a row here in overtime. 1:53 to go in the first overtime. Bagley with good lift on the ball, and the little push to Katrupi. Katrupi works it to the outside, and her pass knocked down. I believe it was trying to get to Rogstad, and we'll have a throw coming up, and Rogstad will stay out to number 16, a senior for Mill River. And that's just kicked out by Vredenberg. Mill River gained 10 yards, and she'll take the throw again. So they work it down the field. Plenty of time left. Still a minute 27 to go in the first overtime. Again, a lot of tough marking out there. Hard to find an open body to make the pass. That's a nice job as Paul lined up to take the kick, and I think it was Rogstad that knocked the ball away. Here comes Lee again. Oh, look at that great acceleration by Lee. Gets it into Osmer. Osmer makes the move, got the foot open, might pass it 1 too many, gets it bounced around, shot. Goal! Osmer will end the game, 2-1. What a move by Emily Osmer. The ball brought in, though, by Lee, and she should get the second assist of the game. Osmer with both goals. She beat 3 Springfield defenders inside the 18, never stopped moving forward, and Emily Osmer will score the game winner with 48 seconds left in the first overtime. Outstanding individual effort by Emily Osmer. So in a great game to end the regular season at home, Mill River with a 2-1 overtime win over Springfield. So get out there, get ready for the playoffs, support your student athletes, and I always support Munger Vision.